What's up guys, it's Josh from Soul Studios, and I'm back with a review of another one of my favorite compressors of all time, and that is the Retro Sta Level. And what I want to do in this video is just go through and show audio examples of everywhere that I've used the Sta Level in the past. And that's going to be places like bass, especially vocals. And I'll go through all the different modes, single, double, triple, as well as pushing it pretty hard, because one of the unique things about the Sta Level is that you can hit 30, 40 dB and it still holds up in a musical way. So I want to just read a little bit from the Retro website before we get into it, just to give you a background of the history of this compressor, what inspired it, just in case you're new to it. So let's check out a couple of things here. The Retro Sta Level is a recreation of the legendary 1956 Gate Sta Level. The Sta Level dominated the sound of hit radio in the 1960s. Now these super musical sounding compressors have found their way into today's hits. So this was inspired by the Gates. The Gates Sta Level is in that sort of unobtainium level where, you know, if you want to pick one up, you're going to be looking at least probably $5 to $6 grand, somewhere in that range. So it's awesome when you have a company like Retro making something new with new components that hopefully is going to work better for you. And also it has the addition of the triple mode, which I actually find quite useful. So a couple more things here. Revisions to the original design include tube balance can be instantly aligned without test equipment. It uses a pair of easily obtainable 6BA6 gain reduction tubes. The 6386 socket is still provided. And actually, I should mention now, this Sta Level is just stock, so there's no 6386 tube in this, although you can add it. I tend to find that I actually prefer them without, but you know, your mileage may vary on that. 2 or more Sta Levels can be coupled together for stereo, surround, or sidechain operation. It's XLR transformer balanced input and output, power connector, hand match, audio file grade, coupling capacitors, high quality custom wound transformers used throughout. And there is an internal component safety cover, which you can see when you loosen these screws here. You can pull down the front panel, and there's another panel there to keep you from touching anything that you shouldn't and hurting yourself. So a little bit more from the description. The Retro Sta Level improves on the original with 6 settings of recovery or release times and 3 different modes of operation. Single is super smooth for bass tracks, I agree. Double is perfect for most every source you throw at it, I also agree. And the triple mode allows you to clamp down on fast transient waveforms while still retaining great musicality. I also agree. These new adjustments give you wide flexibility to find the perfect dynamics control for your specific application. The Sta Level utilizes a novel program control release circuit. The Sta Level implementation creates density and consistency while minimizing typical compressor side effects at up to 40 dB of gain reduction, and I've pushed it that far, so I can vouch for that. The program path is transformer balanced throughout to cancel control-induced distortion. Push-pull circuitry with 6V6 output stage provides wide voltage swing for gain control and line output. The result is that the Sta Level brings a unique, familiar intimacy, air, and warmth to your tracks. All right, so I just wanted to cover a little bit of that in case you're not familiar with the lineage of the Sta Level, but there's nothing better to do than to hear it. So I'm going to go through bass, drums, guitars, vocals, everywhere that I like to use a Sta Level. At some point throughout these examples, we're going to cover all the release times. We're going to cover all the 3 different attack time modes. So by the end of this, you will have a really good idea of whether or not the Sta Level is something that you think will be a good fit for your studio. So let's get into the examples. We're going to go through instruments first, then we're going to have a male lead vocal at the end, and then I'll end up with a female lead vocal that is in the context of a full mix. All right, let's check it out.
Mary dreamed one day of starting to ride. She's the kind of girl that won't go away. Mary dreamed one day of starting to ride. She's the kind of girl that won't go away. Like a hurricane you invite to a party. She's on fire, you can't look away. But somehow we all just adore her. She's the one who brings the light to the day. I know one day we'll have nothing but stories. She'll turn to ashes or evaporate, so hey, yeah, hey, yeah. So hey, yeah, hey, seize the day.
I can hear the sound of rain pouring down. Last night's fight still ringing in my ears, and these tears I've cried have gone and dried, confirming all my deepest little fears. And I lift my head up, I am leaving this place, and I've got news for you. I've got something to say. I'm getting over you, and all the things that you've said. I'm getting over you. No more thoughts of you in my head. I'm getting over you, and all the heartache you caused. I'm moving on, I'm moving on. I'm over you.
All right, guys, there you have it. The Retro Sta Level, another one of my favorite compressors. You're going to find out if you stick around here for very long that I am a Very compression junkie. So things like the 176, the Sta Level, RS-124 are just some of my absolute favorite compressors. I just really love what they offer as far as tone and the compression you can really dig into, and not only get the compression that you need to make the track sit how you want it to, but also really add something to the tone, which I think is more important than ever, because so many tracks that I get to mix nowadays are recorded with no compression on the way in, just through, you know, a typical 2-channel interface from Universal Audio or something like that. All right, as always, thank you for your time. I really appreciate you being here. If you want to see me review another piece of gear, do me a favor and leave a comment and let me know. And also be sure to subscribe, like the video, ring the bell while you're here. You'll be the first to know when the next video comes out. All right, thanks for your time, guys. See you again soon.